So if we were going to make a financial plan, which is kind of the process that we're going through, is making your own financial plan, what do you think we need to know? What's the first thing a financial planner ever needs to know about you? Most commonly, when I ask this question, I get responses like, what's my income? Or how much do we have? Or what's my attitude to risk? Or what are my investments? Think about your financial planning journey as a guide or a map. If you want to plan a trip in Google Maps or want to order an Uber, we're going to need two key pieces of information. We need to know where you are right now, and you have to put in your destination. So if you do go and see a financial planner, these are the two things to think about first. Where am I now? And where do I actually want to be? Otherwise, we can take you for a very nice, long journey that doesn't actually get you any closer to where you want to get up. So no point heading to Sydney if you actually want to end up on Hamilton Island. So we need to figure that out. It's really interesting. We ask people how much do they have, and just over 70% of people, actually 72% of people, think that they have less than what they really have. And with women, not only do we think that we have less than we have, but we think we have about 60% of what we actually have. So either because we've never added everything up, or we have a bit of a scarcity mindset. You know, we were brought up with not having a lot of money, we didn't talk about it, and we still feel that way now. Or maybe we just haven't asked. The fact is that more than 70% of you will think that you only have 60 cents of every dollar you really have. So what I'm going to get you to do is go to page 10, and you'll notice there that you can list your assets. And assets are all the things that we own. And we break them into two different types. The first ones are the ones that make us no money, and we call these lifestyle assets. So your family home, for example, or a car. Yes, it's an asset, but it doesn't make you any money, so it's a lifestyle asset. Then we've got our investment assets, things like cash, superannuation, investment properties, shares, managed funds. All of these are assets that create income, so they're your investment assets. Then we've got our liabilities, or all the money that we owe to people. So anything that we owe money for comes in next, and that'll take us through to the next page. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to go through and fill out everything you know off the top of your head. So pause this video and fill out all the assets that you're 100% sure of. Okay, now you know what you know. The next step is to work out what we don't know. So I want you to pause again, and this time I want you to write down everything that you think you have but you're not 100% sure of, or put little asterisks next to them. So the interest rate on the term deposit that you're not sure of, or the share portfolio that you know you have but your partner manages, or your super fund balance that you haven't looked at. So pause again and go through those and put the asterisks. Okay, you might be surprised at how many asterisks you have there. We've had a lot of women say that they're embarrassed about the number of things that they weren't sure of. That's okay. That's why we do this. Make sure you do this with your liabilities as well. So all the money that you owe or your partner owes, loans, including the ones to family, credit cards, store cards. Make sure you also write down any credit cards that have no balance. If you think about it, this becomes a bit of a record of everything that you have, which you might want to live with your will. Wouldn't it be great if you were a person looking after someone's estate and you got this list? Especially the unused credit cards. These are the ones that often go uncancelled because no one knew about them, but they might be getting charged fees, or even worse, they can become the perfect target for identity theft. So pause this and go through it all just one more time. Okay. You have everything that you think you know. Now we've got to figure out the things that we had no idea about. So these are all the ones that maybe your partner looks after, or you've got a financial planner and you haven't been taking a lot of interest. So what I really want you to do is go to those people and ask them if you've missed anything. Show them what you've done and say, this is what I have I missed anything off here? Maybe there's a little hidden term deposit that you didn't know about, or a credit card. or something else. So make sure that you say, this is what I've got. Is there anything that I'm missing or might be out of date? So just to tell you a story, we had a client that passed away and we knew that they had taken out a new term deposit, but we didn't know who it was with and we didn't know when it matured because they hadn't spoken to us about it. And it ended up holding up their entire estate. So keep this up to date. Make sure that you do really know everything that you have, because you might be surprised at how much you didn't realise that you actually are worth. So once you've got all of your assets and your liabilities written down, it's probably time for a glass of wine before we head to the next video.